I'm a dairy nutritionist by training, and I got into soils to create this ideal quality forage for dairy cows. And so then when we looked at we could change feeds, we can change foods, we can change everything. So we came out to this mineralized, balanced agricultural kind of approach to getting healthy soils. And I've been doing it for about 25, 30 years and work with a lot of farmers across the United States. I think the three biggest things for biological farming is that I got to have my nitrogen management. A balance is really a big part of it. A balance of the nutrients and looking what am I managing for. But I got to be able to do it with less chemicals and less nitrogen. I got all my money spent on that. So healthy crops come through growing green manure crops. We got different pasture systems. So I got to get my minerals in line would be a really big part of it. And I got to go at whatever it takes to get healthy soil. Some type of aeration tool would be possibly necessary. And if I can spoon feed some things in it, but our whole idea of our soils are working well, all these other things aren't near as needed, like nitrogen, chemicals, and pesticides and technology. Well, there's a big difference all across the United States of America. I go from way out west on the highland to low rainfall, low organic matter, high clays to beautiful soils through the Midwest. Our Midwestern farmers, that's where I do most of my business, they got the best soils in this countryside, but we had a 30% growth in business last year. They're now recognized that their 150 bushel corn is just the beginning, that they can actually double those yields, and that's the exciting part, by not more inputs, by healthier soils. This is probably my 6th or 7th trip to Australia, and I do a lot of work in South Africa. I got my daughter along. We're trying to develop training and teaching units and getting these bases taught across. I have a passion to try change agriculture in the world, and so I've written a couple of books. My daughter helped me write the second one, and then they keep asking me to come over here, and so I keep showing up, I guess, and taking it from there. When I first came here in 2000, when my first book came out, even mentioning the word organic was kind of frowned upon, and there weren't near the examples. Just like today, we had a good turnout, and there's been a lot of meetings just across the Midwest. I showed a picture this morning of a conference in the United States, and there's probably 300 farmers in there all trying to switch to biological farming. 10 years ago, there'd have been 3. I think now that the cat's out of the bag and there'll still be a lot of weird stuff sold that's not needed, I think we got to get those bases covered. I see a really huge changes, and what I see the changes for is the large conventional farms are really getting into this thing, which is kind of exciting because we got to get them in the game. We can't just do a bunch of small gardeners in the back lawn. We got to get after big agriculture. We can't change our environment or the health of our